they're doing construction. That's what's going on here. See that? And one side has to stop and the other side slows down. Anyhow, I gotta go. I gotta go, man. Next piece I'll finish up. Okay, this part's gonna be social write-offs. Social write-offs right here. Just did a piece about turnover rate, and I didn't hit it on the head. You might see the tail ends of that because I lost track of time a little bit. Where I'm like, okay, gotta go. Anyway, I was talking about trying to compare what businesses do as far as turnover rate, and I talked about friends where I didn't think the buddies that I hung around with and party with after high school, I didn't think we'd stay together for more than 5 years. It wound up being about 10, maybe a little longer than that after graduation, as far as physically hanging out. And I still have a few buddies I talk to occasionally on Facebook directly, but most of it's indirect stuff about me putting videos on. I'm trying to catch my breath here. So yesterday was the earthquake and all, and been wanting to do this one. Been wanting to do a piece on propensity since my Homer Cocktail is 7-second site. I'm gonna try to make this one 9 minutes so I could put in some video from when I ran over a little while ago. But I went to this rock and roll show from a girl, and at my original YouTube site, I have 180 friends. I always say the word friend and love with a grain of salt because people have different ideas about it. Some people say you count your friends on one hand. I mean your true friends and what people are going to kill for you and die for you, whatever. But we were in Chino Hills, and there was 2 people left, and I mentioned in the last piece that John was one of them. And we used to ride to school with this small Asian kid who was on the basketball team. And I hadn't seen him since the election in 2008. And before that, he had moved to Nevada and started a business, and that fell through. But we used to jab at each other, socially jab. And we got in a full-on argument, kind of, for the first time ever. Known him for more than 20 years. And there's this piece in my Homer Cocktail 076 site. It's called Stalking Fat Kid. Because most of my friends in high school were college prep, at least to begin with. And then I became friends with people in my buddy John's machine mechanics class. I'm gonna go over here. I think this guy's listening. I'm gonna make this black and white so you can't necessarily see his neon vest. But he's waving traffic and everything. So anyhow, things were decent. They were festive. They were fun for a while. And the guy I could never stand was that stalking fat kid. And because we lost our house, we rented rooms. He was paying rent there for a while with this house that my dad built. And yeah, it was a nuisance. It was a fucking nuisance. But that's how ends were met for a while. And the guy, wasn't college prep. He enrolled in one class and didn't even drop it. I had to drop it for him with my ex-girlfriend. And I wound up at the Claremont Colleges, and there's I want to do propensity. This might be social write-offs and propensity, but there's this word called propensity. You look it up. It's just habits that you notice, where you flip a coin 100 times. There's going to be a propensity for for there to be roughly between, let's say, 45 and 55 heads. You know, because sometimes it's gonna sway one. But if you have 80 heads out of 100 flips, that's called a statistical abnormality. Okay, and what was happening was I was going to colleges, and this guy wouldn't find his own friends. He would always find mine and John's friends. There's something called poison the well, where I could just feel it. Within 6 months, this guy's gonna be talking shit, dude. This guy that I never had a problem with, right? This is a hypothetical, right? Well, eventually it happened with this small Chinese kid this past week, where he remained buddies with this stock and fat kid from, you know, that I talked about at the Homer Cocktail 76 site. And out of nowhere, I paid for his drinks at TGIF before we went to Chino Hills, and I paid for his food, I paid for his beer. The rock and roll was good, the scene was good, and on the way back home, just out of nowhere, he decides to fucking rip into me for the first time ever in my life, or he tried to at least. And this guy coaches young girls, you know, at high school, and he's been doing that. And a lot of it's probably projection psychology. He's accusing me of this or that or whatever because of who I'm linked with at my YouTube and Facebook or whatever. And he's criticizing other things like my driving. This guy, I've never wrecked on the freeway. This guy's wrecked on the freeway. He's got pulled over on the freeway before, you know, for DUI. That's never happened to me. But this one's about social write-offs here. And the last piece was turnover. It's taken me more than 20 years to lose all my friends from high school. I'm talking about in the physical sense. I still have some Facebook buddies, which I think is pretty good. I thought it'd be more like 5 years. And I look around at some of the kids that, you know, make moves from this kind of, part of the country or whatever to that one. And, you know, hey, man, you're leaving all your friends behind, it seems like, right, from high school. Some people, hey, man, don't even wait a year before these changes happen. So, you know, I just want to talk about that, hey, man, 20 years is not bad. 20 years is not bad, and, you know, I'll move on. It's kind of shocked. I started the other piece, your spastic nerf bag. It was just a line from a movie called Better Off Dead. A no-show, a waste. And, you know, those are jokes back then, but I don't know, man. I guess people mature, they go their own ways, they get set in their own ways. But that one's gone. That one's gone. You know, 20 years in my past, I was graduating high school. 20 years from now, I started decalcifying. You know, and I need a better set of friends, dude, than, you know, the people that are you know, gonna take the good times and start nagging. But so I told him, I said, you know, hey, dude, you're not even close. I did a disparity piece at Homer Cocktail 76. So you're not even close, dude. You're not even close about what you're saying, what you're accusing me of, and everything. You know, whatever, you know, where this comes from doesn't matter to me. And hey, you know, it's pretty easy. It's unfortunate that it happens, though. So I can cut this off before 9 minutes because I can put some other the end part of the part before this at the very beginning. So you guys have a good time. You guys been good as listeners or whatever, you know, make me feel good that YouTube's out for me to talk to somebody, right? You have a good time.